we're going to the trade of the day here. We're going to talk about not a good stock, but a good trade on Unity. And it's sponsored by Day Trade the World. Begin your trading career the right way with the largest day trading company in the world. Get the capital you need to express your trades. And we're talking Unity software today. And one of the reasons I like this trade is A, it worked, but B, it was relatively simplistic, and it worked off of the number we got for CPI. Now, if you're watching this morning, clearly, when the print came at 8:30, hotter than expected, it was a huge flush to the downside. And we're going to get to some levels first, and then we'll talk about how you need to react. Now, Unity down significantly. They did drop their full-year forecast, but the real story was an all-stock acquisition. They're spending $4.4 billion in stock. When their sales are 1.2. So that tells you what you need to know with Unity software, and they don't make money. But either way, to the downside, on your 60-minute chart, not a 15, we're using a 16-minute chart this time, you can see a previous support level just below this 35.5 area, and then we'll have a look at this higher low. When it made this bottom here at 32, you had a higher low right there the next day that showed support on that last little flush, and that's about that 32.65 to 32.70 area. Those are the two levels that I was watching this morning. Purely booming to the downside. Sit all that out, and no trades until 8:30 when CPI comes. And you would bounce off of 35 even. So you are below that support level on the daily chart, signaling I like shorts when you're below a major level like that. And then you just simply broke 35 and you're off the races to the downside. Now, I was willing to hold this till the cows came home, but the market made an unbelievable start to a rally off the lows. And if you're watching, you saw some of the longs start exploding to the upside. And then at the open, we don't take out the low. And I have a little rule that I've said about stocks gapping down like this. If it doesn't break the low, there's only one place to go, and that's to the upside. And that means if you get a hold at the open of the low of the day when the stock's down 15% and is beaten up on the long term, then sometimes you can get a squeeze, you can have too much short covering. So I trail it out at support to lock in over $1 on that trade. And then the magic happens. It does try to test up and fails pretty much exactly in front of that 35 level. So our 35 entry point on the breakdown gets held in the midst of a huge market rally. The market goes all the way from complete catastrophe to booming to the upside, and a lot of stocks are breaking out, and Unity rejects. Get the first consolidation off a rejected break and hold till the cows come home, except for my trail out just before we came on at 33. Now, the reason I put that trail in, I'll show you that higher low. All morning long, we just could not break anywhere below that 33. So there was a higher low the last time it flushed out, and I was respecting it. When we made that last-ditch bounce off of it, the market started coming back in, and I did put a tight trail. Still a chance it could break that low of the day, but the key thing here is I was able to get out of the trade in case it squeezed to the upside, lock in the profit. But once it reestablishes your level, just make sure you get back in. One of the ways to take advantage of making more than one trade a day, tens, hundreds of executions, is to be able to have that kind of nuance. You're not going to sit there having to hold it through because I'm only going to have that short. It's my only trade of the day. No, I'm going to get out. I'm not going to let it turn into a loser. But if my level reestablishes, if my reason for being in the trade comes back, then I'm right back in the trade, and we're holding it almost the entire day. Unity, I don't like the deal. The market doesn't like it either. But there were multiple ways that you could have got into this short today.